Hi, welcome to your comm253 Intercultural Communication course. I'm Lisa Hill and I'll be your instructor for the semester. Welcome. I'm so glad you decided to take this online, virtual, 100% virtual course. What I'd like to do is take about 15 minutes of your time to go over, to orient you to this class. Maybe you are an experienced online learner. Maybe this is your first time taking a virtual class. Either way, this 15 minutes will show you where things are at, how to complete assignments, how to watch videos, all the important information you need for this particular course. So let's get started. Okay, as you can see, this is your typical home page. As you log into D2L, you will see this at all times, just to kind of give you an overview of what each area of the home page is. This is your nav bar. These are shortcuts to get to certain areas of the course. We'll come back to that. This is your content browser, the meat of the class, probably the most important part. You see we have weekly learning modules. Generally, things are due on Sunday by midnight. Sunday by midnight is our due date for items. I ask you that you live by the 24-hour rule. In other words, try to have things completed prior to the due date, because you never know if the internet's going to be down, if D2L is going to be down. I don't accept late work. You'll see this in the syllabus. So it's real important that you use your good time management skills and you complete your work on time. Now, don't feel that I'm not fair. If there's an emergency or you have something coming up and you email me prior, a week prior, days prior to a due date, yes, I'll work with you for sure. But last minute deadlines need to be respected. So our content browser, you'll see that we have different weekly learning modules. Sometimes I'll have a 2-week module, and I'll clearly put that in the particular content area. So we'll look at a typical learning module in a few minutes. News, I use the news. Please be sure that when you log in and you come online that you look at what I have listed here. A lot of times I'll give information or provide information from a previous learning module, and then maybe what will be in a future module, or I'll have comments regarding the assignment. I list that here in the news. Lastly, as we come down to the bottom, technical assistance, tutoring resources for online students. This is such an excellent link for you as a virtual student. Please get the help if you need some help. In this course, you're going to see you have a major research paper. It's on a cultural metaphor, and it's between 8 and 10 pages. Research paper. Hey, maybe you've never written a research paper in the past. We have so many librarians available to help you on how to put together this paper. I clearly give you information in the course, but it's real important that you get the help if you need the help regarding research. This is a 200 level course, so now we're moving up as far as how to do research, how to provide information or provide MLA citations in a paper, and what is a research paper. So use the online resources or use your home campus tutoring session, centers, or your librarians in your home campuses if needed, guys. And I'm just stating this. I've been teaching this class, probably for a good 8 years online. And I find that students do so well, and then they get to this research paper and they don't know what to do, and they don't get the help that's needed, or they don't ask me where they can get help or ask me for help. It's 150 points, which is a major part of the course. So be sure that you look at the different areas if you do need help. Tech support, D2L tech support if you're having issues with your D2L. Hack help desk, this is like if you forget your username, password, or any kind of help regarding technology at Hack. Questions about the course. Hey, this is a great area. This is as if we're in a live class. You want to raise your hand and ask a question. That's what this is for. Your students, your peers can answer the question. I will be looking at that as well. So I'll answer the questions if I need to clarify, but this is a good area for you to communicate with your peers if needed, as if you're in a live class or in a small group. Your nav bar, as I mentioned, is a shortcut. Assessments, this is where you can find your grades. You can clearly see what grades you have, the comments I provide for your grades, the points involved, so, a great way to see where you're at as far as your grade is concerned. Look at our overall points and what points you have at this time, and you can see as far as what your grade is. But let's say we've only done 100 points so far, and you have 80 points. You know that if you divide the two numbers, it'll tell you that you currently have a B. I will also eventually, as we get into the semester, about 3/4, I'll put a final grade section so you can see what grade you're at as we get into the semester. Communication, this is where we have discussion posts, and I ask you to reply to other students. So let's say you're doing your work and you need to reply to students. You don't want to do it at that time, or you don't have enough students online. You could easily come back, click on this discussion post, and offer your comments. Resources available. You will see that we have another tutoring section. System check. Be sure that your computer is copacetic for this particular class. And the library guide to do your research, in a very important area. For your papers, you'll see you have assessments your assessments for the class include papers, major papers, minor writing assignments. It's important if you're going to be using research, you can use this library guide. I put this together just for this class, so you can search the databases. You'll see how to use MLA. That's what we're using in this course. And just answer any questions that you may have, and a quick link to librarians. They live for that stuff, to have you ask questions about research or just help in general. So definitely take advantage of that if you do need that assistance. So library guide is a great link for you. Okay, so let's look at the content of the course. Okay, so when you're going into your content, there's a couple ways you can do this. You see, you can look at a learning module quickly by each week. However, I recommend that you look at the content through the content browser. And the reason for this is because it gives you more of a holistic overview of what is due and what you need to do as a student. So you see here on the left, we have our different learning modules. You see you have numbers that go along with it. That's telling you what's involved in each learning module, the due date of that particular learning module. If you click on that, you'll see that it breaks it down. And the way I break down the learning modules is that you'll have your module objectives first, and then a checklist. So for every module, every weekly learning session, okay, so if you want to think about it this way, this is what I need to get done this week. You're going to have objectives that clearly tell you what's going to be covered. I give you a checklist so that you could check off to be sure that you completed all the assignments, you read all the links, you did all the readings that you were supposed to. And then you'll see that you have the instruction section, and then you have the assessment section. Okay, so instruction, this is as if we're in the classroom. I'm teaching you the information. I ask you to read a chapter. Here's the video. You'll see that I have a lot of videos, PowerPoint videos as instruction. Again, take notes as you are watching them, as you are reading. Highlight information, because you will be assessed, whether it's a test, whether it's a paper, on that information. I provide different types of YouTube videos, perhaps, or just any kind of video in addition to the textbook information. So that's also very important, because it just kind of reiterates information from that particular text. And then you'll have your assessment section. So know that you always will be assessed. Fancy way of saying that, it's how we grade you, to be sure that you have completed the information online. For instance, this week you see that we're getting to know each other. I asked you to do an introduction of yourself to your classmates. You're going to be responding. Please follow all the criteria for the discussion post. If I ask for 5 paragraphs, if I ask you to reply to 5 students. Also remember, we're in a professional communication class, that you write your discussion posts or any type of writing, emails, that we are following a professional format. As you know, this is a context of communication. So what you're writing, if you're using a text style as if you're texting your friends in a professional class, it's not going to work. It's not going to go. It's the wrong context of communication. So I go over that in the particular course. So be sure that you follow the rules or just the common courtesy, respect of communication within a professional academic class. And you'll see this with your other courses as well. Here we have, looks like you have 3 discussion posts due. And then I have in this first module an overall assignment for the whole semester, and it's a thoughtful act of kindness with someone from another culture or another subgroup. It's due at the end of the semester. You can complete this at any time during the semester. So that's what a typical module looks like. And you'll see that most of the modules look very similar with the same type of format as far as an objective, with your instruction, and then with your assessment at the end. Please know the course is, I don't want to say it's not difficult. It's one of those courses that you need to stay on top of. Be sure that you read your chapters, that you highlight information, that you watch the videos, because you do have 2 major exams. You do have a couple quizzes. But along with that, you have your writing assignments that, again, look for information from your chapters. Also, you will see in your discussion post, when I ask a question regarding information from a chapter, I'm asking you to provide information from the text, okay, a concept. Tell me about a subgroup. What is a subgroup and what type of subgroup you belong in, just as an example. So what I'm looking for you is the definition from the textbook, not word from word, but your interpretation of the definition from the textbook, and then how you relate to this particular concept, this experience. You'll write that in the discussion post, and then any other criteria involved. So be sure that you follow that format for your discussion posts, and then your response to your classmates that I asked you in that particular post. If I do ask you for response, sometimes I ask you just to post something and I'm not looking necessarily for responses to other classmates. So just read that criteria for the posting. Okay, so remember, I'm just an email away. Be sure that you cover your syllabus, that you understand all the concepts in the syllabus. Email me if you have any questions regarding the syllabus, regarding the course. You can also use this questions about the course as an area that if you just want to throw something out there, you have a question, I can answer it, your peers can answer it. I wish you the very best in the class. I look forward to getting to know you in this class. I do get to know you. You know, I know we have this virtual curtain between us, but you know what, believe it or not, you do, you know, in a sense, get to know students. You get to know me as an instructor through emails, through video recordings, through your work that you do in the class. So I wish you the best and stay in touch and good luck.